Hello and welcome to yet another wonderful StarCraft 2 replay brought to you by XXSC2. I'm your caster V. Today we have a wonderful match as the second in a best of 5 series between Evil Genius's IDrA as the green Zerg spawning in the northeast position of Shakuras Plateau, and he is playing FnaticMSiTT1 spawning as the blue Protoss in the northwest spawning position. They are in close by air, which is where EGIdrA is currently sending his overlord to scout. This is being played for the Intel Extreme Masters competition. And TT1 dropping his first pylon right here, once again outside of his base, probably going for the fast forge and then expand. Meanwhile, IDrA is currently droning up. TT1 going in for the scout with the probe that dropped the pylon. IDrA won the first game in this best of 5, and it was on Metalopolis. I have the replay and cast for that in my channel if anyone is interested. TT1's probe getting in here scouting, seeing that IDrA is going for a fairly late pool. He's getting a 15 pool. And now TT1's probe going to stay in here, hopefully to prevent the drop of IDra's first expansion. IDrA getting his first gas before getting the pool, probably getting Zergling speed very quickly, just as IDra's Overseer is reaching TT1's base. And now TT1, before even dropping his forge or gateway, is dropping his first expansion at his natural, and IDrA, the Zerg, is actually behind in the expansion. However, this spawning pool almost about to finish. And it finishes, and no lings yet on production. TT1 getting the forge so he can defend this very early expansion. Finally, his first gateway going down, and his second pylon. Some lings coming out now for IDrA, going to chase away this probe. The probe was unsuccessful in blocking this expo or delaying IDrA in any way. Meanwhile, what is... it's still there. Probe going to be scouting away. In the first game we saw the same with this the scouting probe escaping the base and then later placing a proxy pylon. Probably going to see similar play here. Second probe going in for the scout. IDra's lings were going to go out and scout as well, but they're going to come back and finish off this probe before it sees any amount of teching. IDrA even pulling the queen and sending him back. Meanwhile, in TT1's base, he has not built any more gateway units, but is dropping the cybernetics core very quickly and has one cannon for defense. Both players are currently just working on saturating their first expansions. Those two lings getting a probe kill there, and TT1 has dropped this proxy pylon out of the way. IDrA is currently working on his third base in his second expansion. Not here. He's going for a little further away, and this probe scouting is going to see it. IDrA keeping his lings out and about, trying to get some sight. Now TT1 is getting some stalkers and researching gateway tech. He is still only on one gas, and so is IDrA. So they are both going for very low gas play. IDrA having the two queens, and I believe both lings are still alive. Transferring drones now. TT1 coming in with 3 new gateways. Should be ready probably a little bit before gateway tech finishes, sending the stalker to chase off this overlord, though IDrA probably did see these 3 gateways going down. And now it is total of 5 gateways, going to be very heavy gateway tech coming very soon. Currently, IDrA, his third base finishes, does not have any combat units to speak of on the field. A couple of queens. He has an evolution chamber. Currently getting Zergling speed. But at the 7-minute mark, predominantly the players have gone for a large economy. Going to their units page, TT1 only has one stalker, IDrA having 2 lings, and both staying very closely on the worker count. And now we're seeing some upgrades going down. IDrA is getting a roached in and 6 lings, including ranged weapons 1, while TT1 is producing a large amount of zealots out of his now 6 warp gates, getting weapons 1. He warped these zealots in from this proximity pylon, going to go and try to take out this 3rd expansion that is currently giving IDrA a economic lead. IDrA does not have much to defend except for lings, however they do have speed. The queen is defending, pulling the drums to defend. Still 5 zealots. The queen goes down, all the zerglings. Now they begin working on the hatch. 4 more zealots reinforcing. 5. And IDrA is spawning roaches as quickly as he can, 7 on the way, and trying to rescue those drones. This hatch probably going to be taken down. Have too many zealots here. About an equal number of roaches now, and these zealots are retreating while this single one remains to finish off this hatch. Can it take it down? So many roaches, and the hatch goes down almost immediately as the zealot dies. However, IDrA lays the hatch almost immediately. These zealots nearly undamaged, returning. Meanwhile, at the base, he has a large amount of sentries. He's getting his robotics facility. IDrA moving out with 13 roaches. He has found the proximity pylon with a zergling, probably going to move in with these roaches to take it out. He's gotten layer tech and is currently getting ranged weapons 2 and glial reconstitution, roaches speed. Trying to recover from the damage to his economy. It looked, and TT1 had sealed himself into his natural expansion and had to destroy his cybernetics core. He is currently rebuilding it and getting out an immortal along with this large force of gateway units. He's got already an observer in case IDrA had perhaps burrowing roaches. IDrA is moving out now with 15 roaches. His ling, though, is going to see this very large force, mostly sentries and zealots, coming out. And IDra's going to pull back. He cannot handle that. He has overlord speed now. Not perhaps maybe doing some drops or just as scouting, because now they move much quicker now. Moving out with some roaches, has 20 roaches there selected. Oh, but this force from TT1 is immense. So lots of zealots, many sentries. They can block in these roaches with those force fields. Behind him, TT1 is already putting down a proximity pylon in case this push does not work. IDrA having Hydralisk now. All of these roaches are just getting decimated. The sentries have got the guardian shields up, a little bit of stutter step micro from TT1, reinforcing with more stalkers, and IDrA without a GG leaves the game. TT1 is the victor. Let's go to the next game.